We talked about it here on the channel before, and now new reports and analysts are weighing in on the old news. Sony's future, Lionsgate's future, and what does this mean with Apple looking to expand upon their media empire? Let's talk about it, and once again, we'll tie it all around to Sony and how they're probably the one that's going to be purchased. So in case you guys haven't been following, Apple is developing their own streaming competitor to everything Disney's offering, everything Netflix and Hulu and the such are offering, everything Warner Brothers is offering, or going to be offering once, Warner Media is up with the streaming service. So naturally, you have to evolve with the entertainment business. Apple has fallen way behind everybody. And we know right now they have a working relationship with A24 Studios, but that's just that, a working relationship, and those guys aren't producing the amount of output to draw you into the service. We talked about the DC Universe approach Warner Brothers took. That was a colossal failure on a financial end and a subscription end. That didn't work out for them. Disney seems to understand we have to come out, and in the first 3 months, the launch window, we have to have a ton of original content, and it has to be top of the line, so they're investing on it. Netflix is already so many miles ahead of everybody, nobody's catching up to them. That's why Fox had to sell. That's why Sony is saying, oh God, we're kind of in trouble here because we can't do it. Well, more analysts now have weighed in to CNBC, and while nobody who's being mentioned wants to respond, which should always indicate something's going on here, because if they respond and say there's no truth to it, there's no truth to it. But realistically, it looks like everybody's saying Apple is in a position where they have so much money, and they do, they're literally destroying all the rest of them. They're going to have to invest in 1, 2, or possibly 3 of these companies to buy them up and put them under their empire to be able to produce enough content to have people stick with their subscription service and their devices. So the way they're looking at it is, this is something that's almost inevitable, and Sony would be the largest purchase that everybody's pointing to, going, their back catalog is what's important, because if you get them, you're pulling all that, content from anywhere else it's distributed on. Sony already has an infrastructure built in with apps like Crackle and things, so it's all there. It would just be a simple transfer over into Apple's ecosystem. On top of that, they got this backlog of, things. They got IPs that they own, things that they could develop, and they wouldn't be too far behind because of production studios and lots that Sony already owns. It would put them way ahead of schedule than having to build up from the ground up, which is exactly what we're looking at here. So by the sound of it, in the next couple years, this could be a reality. Now, before anybody mentions anything, this is bold, this is never going to happen, it was 2015 where I did a 25 to 30 minute video explaining how, by the end of the decade, you're going to see the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and the working relationship with Fox between Disney. And I said it's guaranteed to happen because if you look at their trajectory and how the media landscape is evolving, Fox was dead in the water. They had nothing to compete. Look at their profits from last year. That speaks for itself. Look at 2019 and projections. It's going to be worse than 2018. Fox is absolutely in a dire position to have been sold even 3 or 4 years ago. Sony is in that same position right now, and they have been. Yes, Jumanji made some money. Yes, Venom made some money. 2 to 3 movies making money while the rest isn't seeing that much is not good, okay? When you compare it to other studios like Universal and Disney, who were literally pumping out less movies and making more money. So just think about that for a second. In the next few years, Sony is going to go either completely dead or they're getting bought out by someone. This is what these analysts are telling you. Get ready for it.